with Jim Gray, Tom Tolbert, George Karl, Mike Tirico. Both teams right above their season averages from the field. See the trips to the line, but the Lakers bench 25-8 over the Mavericks, in part because of those 4 technical fouls. Gary Payton out. Kareem Rush had to play more. He led all Lakers scores with a dozen in the first half. The second half starts with a Danny Fortson field goal. Dallas had a lead as big as 16 in the first half. The Lakers' biggest first half edge was 3.
Well, Dallas continued to shoot the ball well. There's a question, 49% the first half. LA only gives up 42% from the field.
Evan George now has 8 points. Run out for Josh Howard.
Well, that looked like the LA cool transition defense right there. Kobe just kind of struck
was
back.
there, but didn't recognize what was going on.
Fortune hits the deck. Oh, good bank pass.
Yeah, from Fisher to O'Neal. This is a foul in the act of shooting.
We used to work on that at Golden State.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we worked on the bank pass. Not from the wing down low like that one, but from the top of the key or the elbow area. We throw bank passes, and it worked in practice, and it never worked, ever, in the game. I mean, it wasn't even close in the game right there. That was a flop-a-rooney. Throw it off the glass to the big fella. But, I mean, in theory, if you get a guy on the block that's fronting you, and you can turn and seal him, you can throw it off the backboard, but there's just way too many variables that never work.
Is that Nelly?
Yeah, that never worked.
Shock. That's a shock. O'Neal able to rattle in the first one.
Does the pass off the board count as a shot? And an assist?
Can't be both. Missed field goals and free throws have to match up with rebounds as you add up the box score at the end of the night.
I'll tell you what it ended up as, a turnover. That's what it ended up as.
Oh, so it becomes a shot and a rebound? Marty Aronoff says it becomes a shot and a rebound. Thus, that's the case. Knocked out of bounds. Well, you saw Don Nelson in conversation at the free throw line about Shaq breaking the plane, but here's his release up top.
He gets a little, wow. Snapped it back like a viper.
Like a python.
Yeah. That ball sitting up on his fingertips.
Like a python.
One shoot, Nowitzki heard Donnie Nelson calling it out. That is a shot and a shot clock violation. Not a bank pass. Coach, we saw in the first half Dallas play a lot of zone defense. If you were Phil Jackson, how would you have instructed the Lakers to handle it in the second half?
I think Tom brought up the point of getting the ball in the middle of the court. I would put Rush in the game to get a shooter on the court a little bit more and also try to incorporate the ball in and out. Zones sometimes have a tendency to take the ball away from big guys. It takes, and in this situation, they do go directly into Shaq. They don't keep 2 guys around them like they normally do. They just got 1 guy, and Danny's dead. Right now, Danny's dead, and they foul him there to get him to put him to make 2 free throws.
Nowitzki called for the foul. Dirk's third, which wants Shaq at the line as he keeps his body behind the free throw stripe.
That one looked good.
Nah, I can't give you good. It looked
well, it's all relative. Well, you know, that looked good, too. He's not Larry Bird. Why can't he be there? I mean, because he's never going to be Larry Bird for the free throw line. That looks like a python.
Antoine Walker misfires. Fisher the rebound. Malone leaked out. Second leading scorer in the history of the NBA, able to collect it. Don Nelson displeased with the defense. And the Dallas lead is just 2. Nash got trapped inside. Walker draws some defense to him and hits the little teardrop.
That's a tough matchup on the perimeter for Karl Malone because he just can't stay with Antoine Walker on the perimeter, yet he's going to go out and contest a 3-point shot.
In front, Shaq, and Fortune plays the defense inside behind him. And Malone picks up the foul as he knocks over Josh Howard.
Forearm shiver.
Yeah, a little hip, too.
Oh, man. I'm not going to get it. You're not getting out on the break.
2 on Karl. You know, guys, as you watch this one more time, excuse me. Nowitzki sealed off Devin George and then used the rim nicely. Give Antoine Walker an assist. And we really see tonight what Don Nelson was talking about earlier, how Walker has been the all-star who's given him all-star performance in the first 21 Mavs games.
Doing everything. Passing, rebounding, and shooting. Or I should say scoring.
Yeah, averaging 4.5 assists per night. Has 4 here tonight. Fisher lost it on the way in. Fortson cleans it up. And here go the Mavs. Nash to Howard. Nice job in the air. And Phil Jackson doesn't like those 2 hoops. And he calls for time. So LA got within 2. Nice little spurt by Dallas to get back on top by 8. Wow, almost half the Mavericks' points coming in the paint here tonight. Out of Santa Clara, Nash the find. The former top player in the ACC, Josh Howard. Dallas trying to win in.
Got 3 left.
And too many changes from last year.
We've harped on that all year long. There's too many changes. I think the league is plateaued because of the coaching and playing changes.
Yeah, about a third of the players, if you add the rookies and the veterans who moved, have changed teams, and half the coaches from last year. It's really 14 of the 29, just under half. Karl Malone, one of those veterans who's moved, missed there, and another veteran who moved. Antoine Walker with it for Dallas.
Now, is that 2 20-game seasons and 2 21-game seasons? Or 4 20-game seasons and 1 2-game season?
Actually, it's after the first quarter of game 21, Tom. Nowitzki short, rebounded by Fortson, reach Dirk for 3.
About 25 of the 2019s, those last 2 games don't matter. You're right about that.
An 8-0 run here for Dallas. Nowitzki topping all scorers with 23 points.
That pass. That was one where Devin George has already moved, but you got to throw it in front of him. And he threw it to the side of him.
Nash to Walker. Antoine missed. Hustling Josh Howard forced the loose ball foul on Derek Fisher. Oh, you're looking for a place to get all the latest fantasy basketball news? You can watch Virtual GM every night at 1 a.m. Eastern. That's 10 out here on the coast on NBA TV for the only show on TV dedicated to fantasy basketball. Nowitzki cutting and drawing the foul. So Dallas has been the aggressor here offensively, just the way the first half started.
It's the first time I've seen him this year have a little more confidence in their energy, their togetherness. Seems like Nowitzki's definitely involved. Nash has played a great game. Howard's given some hustle points. Walker's still involved as a point forward. And in a little bit of a way, Fortson has given up. Bradley and Fortson have done a decent job against the big guy.
O'Neal just picked up his 4th personal. Devin George will come to the bench as Brian Russell comes in, and Kareem Rush will check in for Derek Fisher.
They called that foul on O'Neal.
They did. They definitely did. It's his 4th. Dirk 25, his season high is 30. Remember, he missed 5 games with a right ankle sprain, suffered the ankle sprain at Phoenix, came back against the Clippers in here on Wednesday night. Was 4 of 12 from the field, 9 points in 27 minutes. But looking like the Dirk of last year here tonight. Has passed to O'Neal. The foul inside looks to be on Fortson.
Oh, he's looking like the guy that's almost impossible to match up with when he's on. He can take guys outside that are bigger and go around him. He can take guys down low that are smaller and shoot over him. He hasn't shot that well this year, and he hasn't looked like Dirk from last year, but he's putting it together tonight, and this is the guy you remember. Is that 3 in a row?
Mm-hmm. 4th foul on Fortson.
The Python.
Check out the release right here. What's wrong with that? Gooseneck? That's a gooseneck. You know, if you didn't see Shaq's head, you would have thought that was Reggie Miller releasing the ball.
No. Can't give you that one.
Look at that.
O'Neal 7 of 10 from the line tonight. He's been shooting them at 52% this season. Lead is 10. Eduardo Nahara comes in the game. His 10-footer went 9.
He was right the first time.
O'Neal now guarded by Nahara. Look out. That was, I demand the ball, and I demand a call as well as Shaq gave a look up to Scott Wall as they came across midcourt. O'Neal 3 of 3 from the field for 13 points. Malone and Bryant combined to take it away from Nash. Steve wanted the pushing foul. Rush so hot in the first half. Lights out. Oh, they called it travel. Oh, they called the offensive foul.
I think they called somebody kicking somebody. They called tripping on Nara, kicking the foot back out.
If you gave me a minute, I was going to get it right. I was getting a PG to the rule book. So the foul here on the fourth-year man out of Oklahoma, Nahara.
I think there's a mismatch out here. Look at this mismatch. He has no chance.
Oh, Malone left alone.
Tee it up. Don't we have time for Sean Bradley in this game? Just for a little bit of time?
It's coming. We'll get a couple minutes here. See if Sean can add to his total of 2 assists in 202 minutes played this year. Josh Howard able to chase down the rebound around 3 Lakers, get Rush in the air, and draw the foul.
Oh, Shaq had I don't know if he didn't get a good read on that rebound, but instead of going up and grabbing it, he just smacked it off the glass. And I don't think the Lakers were expecting it to come off the glass. They were expecting Shaq to inhale that thing. And Josh Howard played a nice game tonight.
Yep, he was the last pick in the first round of the draft. Able to complete. And take it out to a 74-65 game. Well, a couple of final picks in the first round good over the last 3 years. Josh Howard, Tony Parker, San Antonio. Off the Russell miss, Nowitzki gets the rebound. Kobe went to chase, knocked it in the air, but Antoine Walker chased it down. That's pushing it back. And it will be Walker's second foul. A lot of free throws coming on the back end of this quarter.
I think the Lakers have missed Gary Payton. We saw the Lakers play a couple times, and what Gary has done with the Lakers is made them run up and down the floor. He's gotten a rhythm, a faster tempo to them. And tonight, the Lakers look a little half-courtish. They're a little more half-courtish. And Dallas has gotten the advantage in the open court and scored a lot of points in the open court, even though a lot of their points have also come from the paint.
Karl Malone, who missed a game for the suspension that we showed you earlier when he elbowed Steve Nash in the first meeting between these teams. Short on the first. Karl's second in points, 5th in rebounds. And when we were here a few weeks ago, he became the oldest man in the history of the NBA at 40 years and 127 days to put up a triple-double. Did it against San Antonio. 1 for 2, 8-point game halfway through the third.
How about his shoes?
Those are horrendous. Now I was going to mention something. I don't know. Mike always kids me for being a fashion maven, but, I mean, those shoes are just flat wrong.
Nice pass to the cutting Howard from Nowitzki.
He's constant motion. He doesn't stop. And if you fall asleep at some point during your defensive assignment, you're going to watch out for those elbows, young man.
Kareem Rush from the outside. He's short. Nash on the board. Josh Howard has 13 points and 7 boards. Nahara runs the floor. He missed it, though. But there's the guy right in the same spot every time. Josh Howard with the correct spot, I should say. Now 8 boards to go with his 13 points. Nowitzki has size on Russell. They used this in the first half. O'Neal waiting to come and help. Dirk took it away from the basket. Rebound Walker. Shaq goes up and gets that one. Ryan was looking for Russell. They made eye contact, but it wasn't open. Alone. To O'Neal. Nelly screaming that it was in the cylinder.
Can you go more out of your way to try to run into somebody?
Some silly stuff. Nash misses the 3. Shaq the board. Kobe the push. Russell on the feet inside to Malone. Timeout, Dallas.
That's a Utah play. Well, Utah, Russell to Malone, seal high, layup, get behind him.
Dallas has had a double-digit lead here in the third quarter, down to a half dozen with 4.5 left in the third. Lakers looking for their 11th consecutive win, and going inside after Danny Fortson picked up his 4th foul.
This is why you like big bodies. Shaq comes down here and
He's just so much bigger. Make a good high-low catch. Impossible. He's the hardest guy to prepare for in basketball. And we talk about trying to find the body right here. He has him beat. He just jumps right into him trying to find the body, throws it up. We'll call it a pass. And Shaq takes it and flushes it down. But, I mean, if you're anywhere near Karl Malone, he gets you in the air, he's going to try to hit your body and get a foul.
See, O'Neal has gotten to the free throw line a lot here in this second half. You know, guys, we talked about what's the great advantage of the strength of these four players, future Hall of Famers being together for the Lakers. One of them is anybody can carry the team at any stretch. Bryant called for a holding foul on Nash, trying to deny him the ball out high. Well, you just saw Karl Malone have a little stretch there where he dominated, scoring 7 in a row. When Nahara was guarding Shaq, they went inside to O'Neal, got to the line a couple of times in the field goal. One more coming for Nash.
I don't think Kobe liked that call. There he is. He's trying to deny Nash the ball. He's not grabbing him. He's just hugging him.
Hugging foul?
Well, he didn't touch him, though. Hugging is loving.
Nash makes both free throws, 10th in the league, 89% shooter. The Dallas lead is 8 as we come to the 4-minute mark. Malone off the nice bounce pass from Kobe. Karl has 14, second high on the Lakers. Shaq with 15.
Both teams under 11 with 4 minutes left to go in the quarter. So many times the Mavericks can get to the free throw line, being that they're a great free throw shooting team.
Nash trying to draw the contact. Bryant blocked it. 6 to shoot. Clock in, reset.
That may have been a foul.
Yeah, Russell holding Steve on the way through.
I thought he got fouled the first time. Kobe's trying to get into the goal. He's trying to get into the game with his defensive intensity. I got my trivia question for you.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You're bringing production elements now?
It's great defense by Kobe, but Nash just keeps his head down.
Go ahead.
Why does Kobe Bryant wear number 8? What player did he admire and respect to wear number 8? Troy Aikman. I'll give you a question. He's in the NBA, and he was in NBA News this week.
So that eliminates Yogi Berra from the mix, I guess.
Antoine Walker. Nope, look at number 8. He watched this player when he was a younger player. A young kid. He was a basketball player.
Philadelphia. Deflected out of bounds. You know, that's not the Christmas Yule log you smell burning at home. It's Tom and I. Where's Jim Gray? As Nicholson called, where's Scratchy? Where's Gray to help us here? Did you catch that, by the way, during the hash? I didn't know that was Jim's nickname.
There's another clue. He's an NBA coach.
Nash on the pass. The foul is called. Tom, how you doing over there? I got to read a promo, Tom. Do something. Every Tuesday night, 10:30 on ESPN. Don't miss the NBA Fast Break with Kevin Frazier, Tim Legler, and Greg Anthony. All the news, exclusive in-progress highlights from around the league. Couple of big matchups this Tuesday. Houston, Minnesota. Nash hits the first. Sacramento at Memphis. So NBA Fast Break Tuesday on ESPN. Let's bring in Jim, please. Scratchy. Jim.
Oh, now you're calling me Scratchy.
I just follow Nicholson.
All right, well, I'm going to ruin it for you guys then. Mike D'Antoni.
You got it.
Really? Nice. And the new coach of the Phoenix Suns.
Scratch that one out. Claw that one out.
When Kobe was a young player in Italy, he watched Mike D'Antoni play for Milano. And Mike D'Antoni wore the number 8.
George, very nice. Marcus Grant misses. O'Neal the weak side board. Nahara tackles O'Neal. And let's see, was that a play on the ball? Just called a regular foul. Nahara went just to grab Shaq on the way up.
Well, you're just hoping you don't get hurt. Right there. Once he gets that position, dude, what's he doing? I mean, he's not moving him. You know what, though? Nahara will go back in there and go back in there and go back in for some more. But it looks like guys in your driveway, your like son trying to box out. Well, it looks like Lily Fusion's running around out there trying to stop Gulliver.
And it's not Hack-a-Shack, but it is the same verse. And he just fouled him, get him to the line. He's done pretty well thus far tonight. Misses there. Nahara, as you mentioned, the battle of the second Mexican-born player to play in the NBA. George, trivia question. You know what the other one was?
Enough with you guys.
Fans wanted the elbowing foul. Up top, meantime, Walker misses and the rebound to Brian Russell. Horatio Llamas played at Phoenix would be the answer to that question. They go back inside the shack. Why not? Nahara grabs him again. O'Neal picks up the foul.
There's no reason, if you have guys that are coming in willing to foul, and they're not marquee players, and they can afford to foul, there's no reason not to foul him when he gets you in a bad position. Right there, boom, grab him, make sure you keep those elbows down. That could have been an and one right there. You got to make sure you get the right arm and pull it down.
O'Neal, 8 of 13 tonight, 62% last year was his best career free throw percentage, or best season in his NBA career. His career total was at 54% from the line. And this year has been below that number at 52. There was a stretch mid-season last year, really latter third of the season, where Shaq was looking as comfortable on the line as we've ever seen him. Howard, up top, knocks another one down. What a game for Josh Howard. He has equaled his rookie year high, 15 points. Here comes O'Neal to Nahara. Nowitzki sliding in for some help as the Lakers work around the perimeter.
Good defensive series.
Russell, the pass inside is out of bounds, tipped by Nahara. 2 seconds to shoot. Well, you were mentioning Sean Bradley earlier, George, and we understand from Jim that Sean Bradley has back spasms and is done for the night.
Shaq will do that to you. I think LA has been caught a little bit unprepared for Dallas' zone. I mean, their offense is really sluggish. I don't think they even have a continuity of where they want to get the ball other than penetration and maybe trying to throw the ball down to Shaq low.
One lob. 2 on the clock. Bryant just off the bench. Shot clock violation. Kobe had that terrible start from the field and continues to struggle tonight. 2 of 12. And those 2 were back-to-back.
Yeah.
Went 0 for 8, made the next 2 and missed the last 2. He's only taken 2 shots here in the third.
He has not had that special game yet this year. He's played well at times, but he's not had that just really special Kobe Bryant type of game.
I don't think he's completely right.
Nowitzki misfires. Another rebound for Howard.
Well, that one found him.
Hustle players have a way of that happening to him. You're right.
He has 9 on the night, approaching a double-double. Antoine Walker climbs through the lane.
Ooh, that was nice. Their power forwards can't stay with him on the perimeter.
13-point Dallas lead. Remember how long it's been. Exactly 13 years ago tonight since the Mavericks last beat the Lakers in L.A. Bryant misses again, 2 of 13. Dallas running the floor. Walker, nice dish back to Howard.
That was a good dish, except for the fact that if he had kept the ball, he'd had a layup.
Thrown away by Russell, who had Horace Grant near him and couldn't get it to him.
Brian's old enough that he should realize he can't make Horace Grant bend over like that. Come on. Horace can't get down like that anymore.
Eduardo Nahara comes to the bench and he gets a hand from the remaining Mavs. They've thinned out Maverick bench. Turned over. Knocked out of bounds, though, as Bryant tried to throw it ahead. And Kobe says it's a couple of times now that I've been hit trying to pass. Dallas has turned it over just 7 times tonight. They lead the league, turning it over just 12.5 times per game. Fisher. Lakers outside shots have been off. Kobe in traffic, couldn't get it to go. Very frustrated LA, looking for a lot of whistles here. The shot clock is off.
See if they're trying to get into Nowitzki's hands, maybe post him up on the block. I'd like a 3 here.
Nowitzki backing down Russell. Dirk to Nowitzki. 27 points. Bryant trying to beat the buzzer. Adds to his tough shooting night. Steve Nash was on the bench at the end of the quarter, but look at the starting backcourt.
I would have stayed up.
Oh, man.
Well, In the house tonight, the governor of the state of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is here. Is greeted by the crowd as the picture of the governor was put on the big board before the start of this fourth quarter. Russell misses the three. O'Neal got up, got it. And the conversation here between the officials first. Got a foul on the floor from one official. Let's see what Steve Javy had from the outside on the conference. It is the foul on the floor on Antoine Walker. Or Antoine Jameson, excuse me.
Well, one of the things last year when the Mavericks lost that huge lead, they stopped playing aggressively, slowed it down a little bit. Within the first 5 minutes, they were able to get out and continue to do what gave them the lead.
Loose ball foul called. As Nowitzki went up to get it. It's on Slava Medvedenko, who joins Shaquille O'Neal, Derek Fisher, Kobe Bryant, and Brian Russell for L.A. Josh Howard, the rookie, has had a big game tonight in the lineup because of Michael Finley's injured toe. He joins Nowitzki, Walker, Tony Delk, and Antoine Jameson.
He's had a great game. He's had a big impact on this game. He's 15 points, 9 rebounds, but it's his hustle and his energy that's picked up this game.
Walker on Shaq, got him away from the hoop, took him in, so the Mavs here going as small as you can when you have a Nowitzki on your team. Will be tough on that end for the Lakers. Biggest lead of the night, plus 17 at the 11-minute mark. Antoine Walker, trying to deny O'Neal position, picked up the foul.
There's a lot of loving going on out there. I don't know.
Jeez. Hope he asked it for that dance.
Okay, let's get closer.
Hey, I guess it may have dawned on me earlier, but grab that look right here. Antoine Walker's body, he looks great this year.
He lost 20 pounds.
Looks fantastic.
5 to shoot. Russell is bumped up top by Howard. All the talk of Shaquille O'Neal being in better shape this year, and he certainly is. And Baron Davis, who's had an MVP-type season over in the East thus far with his chamber body. What about Antoine Walker?
Is there a nutritional program going around the league?
I don't know if it's like Jenny Craig or Slim Fast or what these guys are doing, but those three in particular, it's worth wonders.
Bryant, spectacular move to the basket. Makes it 90 to 75. There will be a Lakers surge coming up here. The question is, when is it? And will the Mavs be able to survive it? They've had those surges all year in their games. One quarter where they've completely dominated the opponent. Tony Delk cleans the dust off the rim before knocking in his first field goal.
The Lakers start their surges with defense. Right now, Dallas is having a good rhythm at the offensive end of the court.
Medvedenko couldn't squeeze it. Howard comes away with it. Rebound number 10 for Josh. So he has a double-double. Walker up top. Triple. Wow. He is fun to watch play, isn't he? 20-point lead. 10 minutes left. Bryant trapped in the air. Finds Shaq.
Dallas right now has got 3 perimeter guys in there. Whoever Shaq's covering is going to go out on the floor. They cover Nowitzki, he's going out on the floor. He covers Jameson, he's going out on the floor.
Well, he's about ready to go right by him if he wants to. See, I don't know why you would pass that unless you know a guy's going to make it like that.
Back-to-backers for Delk.
But I would just let him break Shaq down every single time down the court, draw somebody over and kick to that guy.
I would try and switch Shaq on the Jameson.
Oh, good pass.
Considering there wasn't a yellow shirt over there, it was a bad pass. NBA TV, you'll see the team Nelly played for, the Boston Celtics, visit LeBron James and the Cavaliers. How good was Cleveland last night? How bad has Detroit been the last 2 games? And Wednesday, you'll see the Mavs and Celtics, the return of Walker to Beantown. Mavs, Timberwolves, Suns, Trailblazers, the TNT, Thursday night doubleheader. Josh Howard missed it. Kobe the rebound. Bryant, night where he is 3 of 16 from the field. Medvedenko missed it. Foul on Dallas. That's going to be their 4th foul of the quarter, and we're only 3 minutes in.
Before the game, Phil Jackson said that the Lakers have been playing well, but more like they were playing in spurts. They weren't playing the total game, the complete game, and he thought they would be able to play a lot better as the season went on. This is a stale game for them. They haven't even gotten the spurt. And Dallas has done a lot of things, especially the zone, that's helped them in this game.
Fisher hit nothing on that one. Nowitzki with Jameson. Good job by Medvedenko. The Lakers come back 3-on-2. Russell, Fisher, threw it up for O'Neal to go get. He done got it. Walker and O'Neal whooping behind the play, and both are called for a two. And are being separated here. Kobe takes Shaq away from the play, and Steve Nash goes to get Antoine Walker. I think both were called for a two.
Well, we can see that one again. Antoine Walker's underneath the bucket. He didn't even look. He just had his head down waiting for Shaq to get the ball and lay it up and wasn't really cognizant of what was going on around him. They got tangled up. Shaq pushed him, and Antoine Walker, to his credit, got back in his face.
Three officials going to have a conversation about this here.
You watch right here. Antoine Walker's underneath the bucket. Backs in Shaq, backs in, and then just kind of, not really just, ouch, gets hit in the back of the head with the elbow. But then he got shoved, and that was it. When he got shoved, I think he'd had enough. The elbow was inadvertent, but the shove, from his point of view, was unnecessary.
And the whistle for the tee for the conversation from Kevin Fair came very quick. A very good job by Kevin. This already has been a game of uptight feelings. So a technical on O'Neal, a technical on Walker. This one not a back-down guy, the number 6 overall pick in the 97 draft out of Kentucky. Taken by the Celtics, goes to see his whole team next week. There is Antoine with a take. Shaq was coming over defensively for help. That would have been fun. With a foul on Russell on the outside. Side out of bounds, 14 on the clock.
Well, so it happens here in the next minute, because with 8:54 left, Anton Jameson missed a gimme, a bunny layup that could extend the lead to 22. Lakers come back down and score. They cut it to 18. We'll see. Phone off the desk for crying out loud.
Nowitzki on the miss.
We're lower far enough into the season now.
Rebounded by Medvedenko. Medvedenko, Bryant, Russell, O'Neal, and Fisher. Unbelievable. No coaches find players are having their cell phones on.
It was my son calling.
Medvedenko lost it, got it back. Nowitzki comes away with the board. Lakers not hitting the shots to start a run here, guys, as they try to continue their dominance over Dallas. 26 consecutive Laker wins in L.A. over the Mavericks. Nash. Slap back. Nash was there. And Walker's here for a triple. Opposed after he knocked it down.
I say Dallas is going to win this one.
Up 21 with 7.5 to go. Bryant has it knocked away by Walker. He's having a terrific night.
That was a tremendous poke right there. The Lakers haven't been able to hit a three or get a big dunk, get the crowd into the game.
Josh Howard. He missed the three. Fortune comes down with the rebound.
And Dallas has won the hustle game. All the loose balls, all the extra possessions are going Dallas's way in the second half.
Out rebounding LA 42-36. They've taken care of the ball tonight as well. Nowitzki on the miss. O'Neal goes up and gets it. For Shaq, rebound 11 to go with his 20 points. Wanted to travel on Fisher, don't get it. This Mavs zone has kept LA out of a lot of its flow offense tonight. And Gary Payton being out. They've got so many easy baskets with Payton in the lineup. Derek Fisher's 0 of 8 shooting.
I think you're going to see Rush come back into the game because second quarter he had a great offensive night. Right now, no one in the Lakers is making an outside shot.
Howard couldn't finish. He's called for the 0 for the back. Here comes Kareem Rush, as you suggested, George.
Antoine's played great. He's making shots from the outside tonight. Nelly asked him to cut back on his threes, but that's a wide open three. He's going to make a lot of them, but his whole game has been good. His rebounding, his battling, his passing. He's played some point forward. He's made some good passes in Nowitzki. He's had a total game. He could have triple-double if he continues to play.
Guy who back a couple of seasons ago led the league in three-point attempts and makes as Fisher's night continues to stay south.
I think he got a little out of control in Boston. think it was like 10 a game almost.
Well, he used to come down and fire 4 feet behind the line. Get a little juke move and get 4 feet behind. Jeez, you guys can't make a bucket.
Fisher has missed all of his field goals, as mentioned, and is 0 of 2 from the line. Those two there. So he's 0 of 10 with his shot tonight. Lakers are 14 of 24 from the stripe. Nowitzki backing in Russell, but lost it. Malone runs the right, as he does so often. Bryant pulls up at the line. 19 as a halfway point.
You still get that feeling it's not over? It's got to be over. I think his wife and daughter enjoying a bucket. Have enjoyed great tomatoes tonight.
Kobe just 4 of 17 shooting.
Nelly's already read the clock down on every possession. See, you weren't here, though.
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping, nodded out. You had to be here.
Chocolate chip cookie crumbs on your stomach.
Cell phone on.
Prophetic, as Don Nelson told us before the game, he'll guard anybody I need him to guard. He has guarded Shaquille O'Neal here for a couple of minutes in the fourth quarter. And the Mavericks have actually been able to extend any portion back in the game defensively. Bryant goes at Thornton, and Danny picks up the foul. You know, guys, we mentioned the Antoine Walker, Danny Ainge story. Boston Globe column on Thursday, article on Thursday. Walker critical of Ainge, said Danny wanted to get rid of me. If you look at the trade, I think he really felt like I wouldn't mesh with the guys in Dallas. Danny Ainge was very above board on the whole issue as Bryant makes the first. I obviously don't agree with Danny's quote. If you look at Mark Cuban, who helped pull the trigger on the trade along with Don Nelson and company. Ainge added, I can't think of a better situation than Antoine Walker went to than Dallas, individually and everything. That organization was the only organization that made any offers of any significance. This wasn't about me trading him to Dallas. You have the chance when you're traded to prove the other guy wrong. And that would be the best way for Antoine to handle that. Obviously, the folks from Boston wanted to talk to him because they head up there on Wednesday.
Well, when he got traded, I thought that was the perfect place for him. I thought that was the perfect place. Nelly likes guys that can do more than one thing. And he can do a multitude of things. Handle, be a point forward for Nelly. We know he loves the point forwards. Shoot the threes, face the defense, guard 2 or 3 positions, rebound. I mean, I always thought this was a very good play. You really have to have some deep hatred for to screw somebody over like that.
Nash all the way to the cup, went around Bryant. Kobe picked up the foul last trip. Lakers trying to get back-to-back field goals and get back in it. Time is dwindling. Green rush, hot in the first half. Air ball, but O'Neal gets it. Shaq has 22. Lead is 15 inside of 5.
I think you're going to see Dallas get better every week. And they're going to be a good basketball team. And then come trade deadline, I think you're going to see Cuban and Donnie Nelson Jr. think about making another trade.
Timeout called by Phil Jackson. Nobody came to help as Walker just took advantage of the speed. Once again, Don Nelson's ability to isolate mismatches, evident there.
Well, it was Nash that came up and set the pick. And as a big guy, you're not expecting little guys to come set picks on you. But gee whiz, how about a little help on the weak side? Look at this. Nash comes up. How about some weak side help, fellas? Nope.
And Phil Jackson saw it coming. You can hear that piercing tooth-finger-in-the-mouth whistle across the floor here. He saw it coming, and enough. Stop. Timeout. Phil is hot. His team's in trouble. They haven't lost at home all year. But Antoine Walker and the Mavs trying to get one for the Mavs in L.A. Dunks of the night. Had some dunks here tonight. Dallas is trying to slam down a long Laker win streak. What happened, Coach, in that last play?
This is the last play where Steve Nash, a little guy, picks a big guy, which is very unusual. Nash is going to come down here and step up and get Shaq. Shaq doesn't know what to do. But look at this over here. This is the problem. Shaq gets beat, and nobody from the weak side even comes close. Karl Malone, Byron Russell, all those guys. That's where I'd be angry.
17-point lead and an immediate foul. Are we going hack-a-shack here?
I think we are.
Antoine Jameson was holding O'Neal. The Mavs are in the penalty. Shaq 8 of 14 from the line. 4:33 to go, 17-point game.
I wonder why
to stop the clock in this situation.
I don't really get this one.
If it was, I think it was intentional. O'Neal has missed his last 4 free throws, but converts that one.
The thing about the hack and shack that doesn't work, if you do it over a long period of time, let's say 2 minutes, then even if he makes 50%, that's like shooting 50% for the field.
Yeah, if you score 1 point per possession, that's good. That's very good, Harley.
Here they switch. Shaq out on Nash. Bryant stays for the defensive help. Walker roaming free on the other side, and Nash thrown to the deck by O'Neal. Shaq calls for the personal.
Good foul. Saved him a 3.
Nelly might be just trying to get into Shaq's head a little bit. You know, with all these mismatch situations, he has to cover Walker. He has to cover Nash. He has to cover pick and rolls. You know, wherever Shaq goes, that guy's going to have the ball the rest of the game.
You just saw the National Rodeo Finals coming up next year on ESPN. We've had some steer roping here tonight. Overplay by Russell. Shot clock violation. So O'Neal's defense on Nash. That was an attempted shot. Fans want to see. It's like Gary Payton, but it's not even close. Now he was trying to shoot. The shot clock ran out.
If I'm Steve Nash and I have Shaq on me, I'm going to be very careful with the pump fakes.
Bryant tried to get the shot up before the hack-a-shack, and another foul on O'Neal. Now, this really disappeared a couple of years ago, especially last year when Shaq shot 62% from the line.
Like I said, I'm just not really sure why Nelly is going to this right now. The Lakers haven't been shooting well all night. Why give up 3 points? Why give up 3 points and stop the clock?
I think it's psychological. He's just going to put it back in his head that it could happen again in the future.
Shaq makes them both, but they're going to wave that off. Jabby says O'Neal violated, broke the plane of the free throw line. Shaq just waves at Jabby. Nicholson giving it to Jabby. That gets the fans up. There's always something in this building. 102.87 here again on the switch. O'Neal guarding Nash. What a bizarre night we've had. Nash goes all the way. Malone was there for the help. The pass out for Walker for 3. Rebound Bryant. Do they go to foul O'Neal here at any point? Let's see. Bryant takes their foul. Shooting 3.
You know, only on a Don Nelson team will you find a little guy kicking back out to a big guy for a 3.
You're going to get 3 free throws for Bryant. Personal foul 5 on Josh Howard. Howard and Fortson have 5. And here's O'Neal at the line for 3.
I just feel more comfortable with the clock rolling right now. I don't know if stopping the clock helps anybody. Helps Dallas. I don't think it helps us.
Fans are reacting as Jack Nicholson, Bryant gets the second, continued to give it to Steve Jabby during the timeout. They still going. They still going at Jabby, and it's got everybody up here in the building. Remember, Jimmy Buffett was thrown out of the game in Miami. It's happened before.
Oh, they'd have to drag Jack out, I guarantee you that.
11-2 Laker run. Fans come to their feet. They're sensing a Laker charge in the closing minutes. Out of bounds off Nowitzki. Stand by for the top to come off this building. Bryant shooting the 3 as O'Neal was fouled. You're wondering why those shots are going up. Shaq's being fouled. I don't understand this.
Boy, you've been playing good defense. There's Jack.
That is great. Something's got to give.
That is great.
Something's. Watch O'Neal across the free throw line before it touches the cylinder. Jim Gray.
Hey, Mike, I'm just wondering Is that guy right there getting a little scratchy? Would that be appropriate?
Yes, he is.
Scratchy throat, scratchy attitude.
Lane violation on Nowitzki.
Was it walk-off? One of the two. I know they both went in early.
So this will be appearance number 20 at the line for O'Neal. He's made 10 of the 20. It's out of bounds off of Dallas. Laker ball. So O'Neal missed them all, and they retain possession. Bill's going to keep Shaq in, and I think they're going to foul him again.
I just let him foul him.
Bryant to Russell, faked the three and took a two. Out of bounds. The Lakers. Dallas ball. Bryant has been forced to play Nash in his fourth because if you're just joining us, Gary Payton ejected with 2 technicals in the first quarter. Nowitzki's taking the pass on Russell, who slipped. Walker lost to O'Neal. Short. Nowitzki missed. Shaq squeezes it. O'Neal rebound 13. Lakers need to hit a big one to get within single digits. Russell tries trick ball. O'Neal the rebound. 4 free throws coming.
Boy, he has been very aroused on the offensive glass tonight. I mean, getting after it on the offensive glass all night long. Right here, just getting in the middle. Big hop. Up over Jamison.
Who was fouled out?
I mean, if he can, think about this. If he can hit a couple of these, cut it to 10, get it stopped at a 3, it'll be time for a little Puckerville for Dallas.
I think they need a 3. I think they need a 3 to go in. Yeah.
Jamison fouled out. He picked up 4 fouls in the last 2 minutes on O'Neal. Eduardo Najarra picked up a couple of fouls earlier. O'Neal back at the line. 10 of 20. 10 of 21. At one point he was 8 of 13, I think. He was doing okay at the line, but has gone south since. If you're Phil Jackson, do you even think about taking Shaq out of the game?
No. You don't take him out of the game if you don't want to set that precedent.
One more free throw. There's a lane violation on Dallas. There have been more free throw violations tonight than I've seen all season.
There's that little freakiness to it.
And Nelson in conversation with the officials, they want to see O'Neal finally hits after 5 misses, because remember, he had the hat trick on the last one.
You got to start getting up pressing a little bit. Do a little trapping, see if you can force him to get a turnover. Even Shaq would get walked around. Well, everybody likes that. I don't think Shaq would be in his own press.
They're going to give it to the guy Shaq's going to.
Yeah, it's good. Tackle coach. Body contact. Offensive foul is called.
Now we need the 3.
If you get the 3 now, the roof is going to blow off.
Look at Puckerville, right?
Puckerville will be right around the corner for the Mavericks.
They're going to come foul here. Tony Delk is going to be the guy. Delk has fouled O'Neal. A 3 misses. Delk ran out as soon as the inbounds came to foul Shaq.
And I'm guessing with 2 minutes, 12 seconds left, this will be the last time they'll be able to use this strategy. Isn't that correct? Under 2 minutes, you intentionally foul him. They can pick a player at 2 minutes. You can pick a player to shoot 1 free throw and you get the ball out of bounds.
Reminder that the Wrangler National Rodeo Finals are next on ESPN. O'Neal missed both of those. And Bryant is called for a foul. So we've had lane violations on Dallas, but essentially O'Neal has made just one of his last 8 free throw attempts.
I think the strategy has worked from a statistical standpoint. Yeah. I'm just thinking the flow of the game, and at the end of the game, you just don't want the clock to stop.
O'Neal tonight has attempted 24 free throws. Josh Howard, having one of the best statistical nights of his NBA career, comes to the line with a double-double. Karl Malone for O'Neal. 14, and then 3 of 10. It was so funny. Dallas is the team that has the psychological disadvantage. LA controlling the mental game between these teams. But Nelson using some of the psychology on Shaquille. Trying to have an impact here late in the game. Shaq 46% at the line, and he's made every field goal. 13 at the 2-minute mark. Bryant trying to do it on his own. And Antoine Walker comes away with the rebound.
Well, if Dallas wins this game, I'll be interested to see their reaction at the end of it. Are you jubilant because you finally won in Los Angeles? Or is it, hey, we're a good team. When we come here, we expect to win. Couple high fives, go pass in the butt, head to the locker room, take a shower, and get out of here. Of course, we won't be following them in the locker room.
Mark Cuban with a happy smile. Remember, when they led by 20-some-odd points last year in the fourth quarter, our buddy Sal Masakela, who's in the building tonight, was working with us and interviewed Mark Cuban, and Mark was like, well, Sal said, this would be great to get this win here. And Sal, and Mark said, well, no, it's not over yet. We started laughing. It's a 27-point game, but Mark knew.
He's still sweating right now.
15-point lead as we approach the final 100 seconds. Brian Russell put up an air ball. It's been a poor shooting night for the Lakers in the field. 42%. So many ugly misses. 33 of 78.
Well, you want to know what this means to the Mavericks and Nelly? Nelly's still standing up coaching with a minute 29 left in a 15-point game.
Well, 13 will not only be Steve Nash's jersey number, as Walker tried to bank in a three, but Howard came away with another rebound. But it was 13 years ago today, the last time the Mavericks beat the Lakers in L.A. 26 consecutive games, equaling the fourth longest such streak in the history of the NBA. Shockingly, 2 of those involved the Clippers.
Go figure.
Josh Howard to Walker. Good night. 108-91. Well, the Mavs will be the first team to win on the Lakers' home floor this year, and will snap the 10-game Laker winning streak. Of course, as you expected, the Lakers will play back-to-back games in the Staples Center. They'll split the 2 games by losing to the Clippers and beating the Lakers.
Let's look at the Mavericks. It's their 3rd road win of the year. So not only do you beat a good team, you stop a winning streak, a nemesis of yours, just to be able to play good basketball on the road, get you back on the right track.
George, it's a big win for Dallas.
It's a big win for Dallas mentally. I mean, overcoming all the years of nightmares here in L.A. But they needed to win a game on the road. They've been 11-1 at home. They played well at home, but the road is where they have to come back and become a better basketball team. This is maybe the start of that.
Shot clock violation will be whistled here. 2 seconds left. LA will have to inbound it, and that will wrap it up. Shaq and the Lakers go to Portland tomorrow night to take on the Trailblazers. Dallas flies home tomorrow, and they will play Toronto on Monday. So, all come to an end.